Good evening, everyone.
We have audio? Yes, we have audio.
Yeah, audio's on.
Okay.
Sorry about the minute there on the startup. I had a quick glitch I had to fix. So sorry about that. Hopefully the IRTA audio was fixed.
Audio is much better on the commercial today.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you.
It's not better. It's just
okay. No echo, guys. Good job. Good job, Fernando. All right, we figured out what the problem was. Ow, it hurts. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. We have an action-packed, fun, and excitement adventure in store for you. It sounds way better than it is. There's no doubt about it. I mean, let's be honest, it's not that exciting. But it is Monday night, so that's cool. And with Monday night, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we have this little Facebook page called the 12-Volt Clean Wire Club. And every week, Fernando goes through and finds, the one and all. Good. I'm glad you picked this one because this was my favorite too. Yeah, this is my favorite. Let me pull it up here, guys. And boom, there it is. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what was his name?
His name is Mike.
Okay. So what you're looking at is Mosconi Pros. So on the other side of this is a bunch of Mosconi Pros. Mm-hmm. That is an amp rack that lifts up. So what we're seeing it now is it's up like this, mm-hmm. and then it lays down flat into that well. So he built that whole subframe for this thing so that he could get to the other side of it, service the battery, and do all that fun stuff. Like, dude, badass, 100%, just freaking cool as hell. I even texted him. I was like, dude, that's like next level crazy shit that you did on this one. Locks into place. Freaking cool. Dig it. So you can click on it. There's probably somewhere in the description tells you.
Just scroll down. You will see it. His name is Mike. So
did an awesome job. Awesome. And this week's Wire Care is a sponsor of the 12-Volt Clean Wire Club. For those of you guys that are members, if you're not, go sign up. But Wire Care, we brought them on. For one thing, they offered us free shipping. So if you are domestic, meaning you live in continental United States, if you would like some free shipping on your next Wire Care order, just use the coupon code 12VCWC.
Now, keep in mind, this is in the whatever you buy. Whatever you buy and the website, just type that code, and you will get free shipping.
So thank you, Wire Care, for giving you guys something cool to play with. That's who we get all our shrink wrap. The cool 5-star shrink. Yeah, you can have your own shrink wrap made. Yes. They have a builder right there. You upload your own pictures. Pretty cool.
It is amazing.
So, but yeah, that was awesome.
So thank you, Wire Care.
Thank you, Wire Care, for being a sponsor of the show. And that, of course, brings us to our first commercial because, hey, we got to have commercials, man. We got to pay the bills, guys. And that is not that. That's
a big commercial.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell button I'm pressing here. Good God. It's it. Focal America.
This is the first time we're doing this, guys.
This is the first time we're doing this. Now, last week, somebody asked us an interesting question like, hey, man, what's 6x9 components? And I was like, yeah, we Focal integration. Mm-hmm. So one of the really cool, unique features about, that was neat. One of the cool features built about Focal integration is the amount of components that they actually have. And what I wanted to show you guys here real quick is they make a 6x9 component. Mm-hmm. They make a 5x7 component. Okay, so wow, really? Yeah. And then this guy right here. This looks like a 6.5. This is not a 6.5. This is actually an 8-inch. It's a 200 millimeter set. So you have a 6x9, a 5x7, and an 8-inch component set. For some of you guys that have those F-150s, and you're like, I don't want oval. I can't do oval. Well, okay, fine. Don't do oval. You can get into a 2-way, 8-inch shallow component. It's not a big one. It'll fit up in there. It'll give you an 8-inch mid base instead of the 6x9-inch mid base. Same tweeter, same crossover. Life is awesome. But yeah, so there you go. They still make a 6, a 5, a 4, coaxials, and all that other fun stuff. But these are 3 really unique speakers that are components that they have right there. And they're universal. They're affordable. and they honestly sound amazing. So something to check out in the Focal line. It's not all just KRX2s, guys, and Utopia M's. There's so much more to the line for you guys to check out. So thank you, Focal, for being a proud sponsor of the show. Now, on with the show. If you guys have questions, start queuing them up. Fernando, of course, is reading those in the background and tagging the ones. What is going on, guys?
What's up? Yeah, just keep. Yeah.
Hey, guys, what's up?
What's up? What's up?
It's just Monday. Oh, here we go. Oh, sorry. It's moving on me. Good. Yo, fellas.
Exactly. Sometimes
good evening, guys. Oh, what's Christian? Dude, don't change. Yeah, okay. You got it, Christian. Christian looking all cocky. The school is in session. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
All right, right there.
Best worst install challenge today. Today we had to work on a Corvette. So that kind of falls into that category of best worst.
And especially when it is so low.
They had to work on it outside.
Today
outside. Was kind of chilly.
I mean, I don't mind. It's just like so. Yeah, I'm getting old.
No, it was funny. This was a fun car to work on. It wasn't anything spectacular. It was just a key 500.1, downfine sub and a Corvette. The owner was super particular about the car. So he had to drive it. We parked it outside because it wasn't going to fit in the install bay. It got dust on it, so he was freaking out because behind here, obviously there's leaves, there's trees. It's fall, whatever, spring. It's our fall. We don't have really winter. We just have fall and then immediately go into spring. So the leaves are falling. We have sycamore trees out back. So for those of you guys who are familiar with sycamore trees, once a year, they just dump all their crap. And it gets in the install bay. It gets all through the parking lot. They have those giant leaves. They just go from green to brown overnight, so it's not even pretty. So he was freaking out because his car got dusty. It happens. It happens. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, that's what we got. That's what we had for the best and worst.
Yeah.
Tech tip. All right, let me think on that. I'll come up with something. Give me the next one.
All right, so hang on. Here we go.
Tried out the GZ IC 165 speakers in an old MTX Thunder truck wedge, single 6.5 enclosure, about 5 watts put on them. Sound good. Tweeters played pretty low, 5,000. Oh, yeah, okay. 12 dB with passive crossovers. Cool thing. Very nice. Good. Some lower frequencies came through, only 12 dB as a crossover.
There you go.
It happens. But hey, what gray workbenches are those Husky? Nice color. Yeah, so these are the so these two here are the gray Huskies that they just came out with. They're 24 inches deep, which is why we went with the Huskies. The cheap tool store makes one that looks just like this. However, it's only 18 inches deep, and all our counters have been 24 inches deep. This is a little bit longer. This one here is this is not where it's going to stay. It's actually going to go over here in front of me, where if you've seen the shop before, what are the odds? Where our wire rack and wire bucket are. Those are going to get relocated, and then we have 2 more of these that are hopefully going to show up this week sometime that are going to go over on this side. And then we added doors to the router stands, and those are going to be painted to match this color gray so that everything will just be this color gray. So far, it's really cool. We're really getting excited about it. This side is not done yet because we're waiting for time, for one, and two, for the other 2 toolboxes to show up. Apparently, they didn't get shipped. They fell off the truck. Somebody's got some really nice toolboxes in their home right now.
That doesn't even make sense.
Show the difference between Utopia M's and K2 M's. I tell you what, Nick.
What?
So hold on, keep going. Throw something up. I'm gonna because Nick Wingate, who we've had on the show before, just did a really good job comparing the two, and it's in a video. I don't know where they put it because I thought it was available on their website, but all right, read that one to me.
No, it's not in the website. That was a training.
No, but I think they have videos on their website. I know it was a training, but I think
It is me, or does the old school hip hop now sound the same with today's audio gear than it did it back then?
I'll have to see if I can find it. I'll post a link to it.
No.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying because, like, I listen to like some Run DMC, and Run DMC sounds like this right now. It doesn't have separation, so when you play it through like something that's like time aligned, it really sounds bad. There's no width to it, which is kind of strange. But there again, yeah, it just wasn't intended for that. And that would probably mean, because think about it, those things, a lot of that stuff you're playing on boom boxes, like portable boom boxes. So that's like really old, like, Peter Piper picked a peck and Run Rap Rhymes kind of things.
What?
Like if you go and listen to like Sir Mix-a-Lot, that was a little bit later in the car stereo craze, that sounds pretty much on point as far as way to go. I haven't done like 2 Live Crew or anything like that to see how that sounds, but they just didn't have. For one, we're fine. Dude, they had a drum machine, and that was it. So it wasn't like there was a lot of width to the music. Because I mean, think about it. When you play like old classic rock, it can sound very lackluster, but a lot of that is being remastered now. Whereas I don't see anyone doing a remastered of, Run DMC, which kind of sucks because that would be cool, right? I think it would. Even Tech Master went back and remastered his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, question. What are the cons of running a negative table all the way to the battery? None at all. Actually, in some cars, we do that.
Mm-hmm.
And all the F-150s and F-250s with the aluminum chassis, they get a power wire run to the car. There's no con to it. And if you want the argument for that, go a boat. In a perfect world, we have equal length power and ground. The reason why we just assume we can screw into the car is because it's a ground plane for the vehicle. All right. And we're assuming that the metal that the car is made out of is going to give us the equivalent size of whatever the power wire is. So if we ran a 0 gauge power, we're hoping that the car is going to give us the same amount of resistance or same amount of path for power as for ground as power did. In some cases, that's not the case anymore or some situations that's not the case anymore because, the way they're assembling the car together, meaning it could be tack welded with body goo holding the whole car together. So like in a Tahoe, a brand new Tahoe or Escalade or something like that, the ground resistance in the back of the car is shit. So you actually need to run a ground up towards the front of the vehicle to get a good ground plane. Now, the problem that you run into when connecting the ground cable is where to connect the ground cable. And that is because you have to look at where their amperage clamp is. All new cars have amperage clamps of some kind. It's usually, if you're lucky, it's built into the negative terminal. It's usually a black box that is part of the negative terminal. It just doesn't look like a shitty, thing. It's this whole big assembly, and there's usually a bolt on the other end of it. You want to be on the other side of that so that the ground draw goes through that. Now, in the case of the Corvette today, and older GMs, because this was like a 2018, 2019 Corvette, I think, it uses a ground clamp. So it actually has a ground clamp going out because there's like a 12-inch piece of wire. The battery's in the trunk. So it's literally just a ground clamp that the wire comes through. And so if we go on the battery side, it's going to totally miss that. We have to go over onto the actual chassis ground. So in that car, there's like a 2-foot piece of ground, and then there's a bolt that goes into the floor. And it's like, awesome. So we attach the power there. And in this car, there's an equal run of power and ground. They're both like 1.5 feet. But no, there is no disadvantage to doing it. And in some cases, it actually is better just because the car sucks. But they're just keep an eye on the ground clamp.
Wow, that's a lot.
Sorry, I mean, I wanted to make sure that we answered the question. Speaking of a lot, we can't even see. Can't even see ourselves. I recently installed 2Kicker Comp VR10s with a 800 watt amp under the seat of a 2004 GM extended cab. However, a lot of recently going on here. I just purchased one of them and swapped one of them today, and also swapped the amp out because I damaged it. Wow. Swapped it out with the same 801 that was on them before, and everything is set up the exact same way as before, but on the last 801, I could not get the game past 10 o'clock without it clipping, and now with the new 801, I can it more than 3 o'clock. I'm guessing there was more, but that was too much to write. So I'm guessing the question is, how far am I turning up the gains? And the other one, I mean, when you buy one of the CSX amplifiers, it gives you a voltage chart, like where to set your gains to. You may want to think about putting a digital multimeter on that output of the amplifier and seeing like what kind of voltage you got coming out of that thing. Because that seems to me like that's kind of weird. But 801, that's still about 900 watts of power. So that's plenty for those woofers. I mean, you don't need all the watts out of the amplifier. You don't want to blow them, man. Blowing a sub is the reason why you're blowing that sub is because you're getting too much distortion into it. You're heating up the voice coil. So maybe turn the amp down. It's okay. It won't hurt anything, I promise. Do we need to schedule an appointment to get our cars worked on? I'm from New York, and I have an 05 Dodge Ram. Yep, Infinity Gold Premium. Oh, I'm sorry, North Carolina. I want some cool guys like you to work on. Yes, you do have to set it up. Don't show up. Email Paul, 5-Star Car Stereo. I'll spell it all out, like 5-Star Car Stereo, not the number. Spell out FIVE, at gmail.com. Card, name, phone number, what you're thinking about doing, all that fun stuff. Put in an email, get it off to him, and then we'll get back to you. Usually within a couple weeks. Stuff like that is usually about a month and a half out. So I think we're booking right now jobs like that sometime in March. So any thoughts on the Kicker Snowman? Thinking about adding them to a system in a Ford Focus? I don't really have any thoughts on it that I want to share. Oh, here's the cup. I got nothing. I mean, I got nothing. Have you guys ever done a multi-amp system in an O2 style Ford Econoline extended cargo van? I'm having problems finding a place near the battery to mount a system fuse. Thanks, Jim. That's the one that has that fuse. Like, yeah, you got to really kind of, it's the batteries underneath the hood. So, I mean, I honestly don't remember, other than I feel like we have to build some big piece of ABS to get the fuse out there. Look at the tie downs. Okay, so one of the batteries got to be screwed into place somehow. Usually there's a bar that goes over the top of the battery and has two like 10 millimeter long bolts, and you tighten them down. There's no reason why you can't just build a simple T that comes off of that and mounts the fuse holder, and or build something that goes over the top, because like that hood is like really high and the battery sits kind of like this. So you can make a bracket off of the factory bracket that you can mount the fuse holder on as well. So sometimes just dial it back and don't make it hard. He loves to do that. He'll find the hardest way to do something. It's like, just put it right here. So maybe
you're not doing it hard. You're not doing it right.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
I know, right?
Go ahead.
All right.
Well, I got to get this out of the way. Okay. Do it again. Load his back up.
I just lost it. Because
I did. I'm sorry. All right. So we lost that comment.
All right. I think he was talking about having problems with the DSR1. He changed it to the 60A, and in between that was a question.
Okay. Write that question again. I'm sorry, I deleted it. My bad.
All right. So I will see if I can find it. Let me go to the next one.
Go to the next question. Looking to get an epicenter micro since it has an LC2I along with an epicenter. My question is, can the epicenter effect be turned off if you want the track to play? Yeah. So the epicenter micro has what's called the ACR4, which is a dual knob. So there's a big knob in the front, which is for volume, and there's a second knob in the back, which is for how much you want the effect, which is the two adjustments on the top of the epicenter to affect the music. So if you turn it all the way counterclockwise, it shuts the effect off entirely. So you have no effect at all. So if you just want dump, 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 then yeah, turn it counterclockwise. If you want the effect, you turn it clockwise. So yeah, no problem.
All right, I got nothing.
Dean, can you guys make a video of all the tools you guys have and what's in them? Organization of all. What is your method? So I know we've built we have in the video playlist, we have something called tool drawer or tools. And like we've gone through our buckets before and showed tool bucket and shown everything.
Something like that.
And it was like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. So probably wouldn't hurt to do an updated version of it just because obviously our tools have changed.
No, but if you go and watch it, it's the same process that we haven't, we just add a little bit more tools that we use. But...
of them and what is your method? But no, I mean, we could go back to that. I think you're right. I think sometime this year we'll go into the, once we get the install bay done, we've kind of organized all of these drawers.
I think that will make more sense.
One of the reasons why we're going to the toolbox, other than it looks really cool, is because we need the space to put stuff. A lot of the stuff just kind of gets put somewhere and then we can't find it.
Normally you just misplace it. That's it.
Oh yeah, normally I misplace it, and then we got to order it again. So, got the Rockford Fosgate DSR1. So much lag, inconsistent on tuning. Went with audio control DM608. Best choice ever. Cool. You know what? All right, hold on. Let me do this because that actually is a great segue into our next sponsor, which is Audio Control. Hey guys, we on Saturday spent the first 10 minutes talking about the new audio control software. But one of the things we didn't cover, which I thought was like the moment, is where to download the software. I know, right? So let me hop over here to our laptop. And what we've done is we've gone to audiocontrol.com and we've clicked on DSPs. And then we clicked on the DM810. Now you can click on any DSP on their page. It really doesn't matter. Hold on. Didn't mean to do that. You can click on any DSP on their page. And then if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, right down here, it has all the pink noise tracks you can download. And then coming over here to the left side, you have DM Smart 1.4. PC is pretty obvious there, and then Mac version because this is Mac and PC compatible. So if you'd like to try out the new beta software, download the 1.4.01 update. If you want to go back to the old software, then that is going to be the 1.3.69 software. When you download the software, it will ask you, would you like to overwrite the old software? If you'd like to keep a copy of the old software on your PC or Mac, say no, write a new software, and then you'll have both on there. I, of course, overrode the software because on my Mac.
No.
Well, okay, so I didn't put it on my PC. I put it on my Mac. We don't tune cars with my Mac. We tune them with the PC. So I have both copies of the software right now, depending on what I'm trying to do. But if you'd like to, head over to audiocontrol.com. And there again, you can play with it, have some fun, do some good times. Good times is all. Yeah, baby.
Good times.
Good times, not just a TV show. But thank you, Audio Control, for being a proud sponsor of the show. 2017 Fusion Sport Sony amplified A to B system. Blue plug from the amp in my pick. Research out the pack and no solutions. Also can't find anything from iData. Best way to add a sub. Okay, so Pack has their new Amp Pro that just came out for the A to B systems. The reason why it's not listed on there is because they have not plugged it in to work, to test it to make sure it'll work. But Nav TV has the Nav TV Zen A to B piece that we have tested, and we know it does work in that, which means if PAC follows suit, the PAC module for the new A to B piece, that like if you go to the F-150 and you type BO system, I don't remember what it's called. It's like the 31, I think, or something like that. Anyways, so the Zen A to B piece we know will work. If PAC followed suit, then my guess is that the new A to B piece will work. A to B software is the same. Okay, it should work. I'm not going to say it will, but it should. But if you want a sure thing, get the Nav TV piece. That'll work. Or if you're into trying stuff out, go ahead. But you could probably call tech support maybe, and they'll be like, hey, we just haven't. If you get the good guy, I mean, every now and then you're going to get the guy that's like, I want to go to lunch. He'll be like, nope, doesn't work. It says it right here. It doesn't work. And the reality is they just haven't tried it out yet. So there are 2 systems for A to B. Yeah, but if it's got the blue USB, we know the Nav TV will work.
Yeah.
So, because we've done that system before in that car. But thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Today's a lot of questions, guys. Thank you. About to upgrade to an active hybrids up front by adding a bridged ACM 4.300 for front mids to my D5-1300 using 1 and 2 with passives. Now up front, recommended steps. I mean, if you have to use that, I mean, I still would go with the 2.150 or 2.300. I get it. I understand why you're doing it. You want more power. Totally cool. Really all you need to do is actually nothing. Just yeah, you don't even have to voltage match it, because if you have the DM5-1300, you're gonna use an RTA to level match it audibly. So it's not gonna matter. I mean, you just got to get them close as far as the gain controls go, and then you're gonna use the volume out of the DSP, the volume setting out of the DSP to match them. That is if you're doing time alignment. If you're just running at a straight power, then voltage match them. How you voltage match an amplifier, just in case you're wondering, is play a test tone through them without them connected to a speaker. Set your voltmeter to AC. Put it on the amplifier. Test one side. Test the other. Whichever one is lower, set the other one to match it, and then you're voltage matched. That's it. Do the audio control D series amps work okay with auto stop start? They are not stop-start compatible or compliant, as I would say. In order to be stop-start compliant, your amplifier has to play down to 9 volts, 9.5 volts. Some say 8.5 volts, anywhere between 8.5 and 9 volts. And those amplifiers do not like that. They will go into protect. Once the car starts back up, the voltage, they'll turn off to protect. If you're looking for amplifiers that are stop-start compatible, that is not that particular amplifier. Audio Tech Fisher, Audison, Kicker CS, and as well as a Kicker Key. Sorry. No, it's okay. Just curious. I know Paul sells SCAR products. Do you guys ever do full SCAR product installs? That is a no. No, we do not. And as Forrest Gump says, I got nothing else to say about that. Actually, I take that back. We have done one full SCAR install in a Subaru. I want to say it was Subaru or one of those cars.
A full, really?
Yeah, the dude that bought the DSP and then bought all the higher end SCAR amplifiers. So
I tried to raise all those things from my
memory. I know. So do I. But
I'm saying, amen. It just.
But no, I mean, yeah, no.
We know a few of them, so
no, not really.
No, I mean amplifiers, and then just a subwoofer.
Yeah, but we don't even do those anymore. No. Like if you're showing up with an RP,
it's just not what we do.
No, yeah. Is it really worth it to swap out my Kappas? What improvements are claimed for a little smoother tweeter response? So yeah, I mean the Kappas are known to be excitable. Sorry, I had a sidetracked me there. So
a soft tweeter.
Yeah, you want a soft tweeter. Okay, so if you want,
hang on, he say focal or hertz?
Hertz. Focal is a hard tweeter like the Kappa. Hertz is a soft tweeter. That's what I was actually, before I saw that, I was going to say you might want to look at Hertz, because the Hertz tweeter is softer, but just as impactful as a so very nice speaker. I do love
my ultra durable Kappas.
Yeah. No, hey, and that's cool. But I mean, have you tried a DSP?
What are you trying to say, bro?
No, I'm just saying, like, a DSP is an equalizer for, it's the great equalizer for a reason. It might just be something simple, like
for sure.
There just might be peaks. And it's like, if you get rid of those peaks, the tweeters smooth out and everything is fine. EQ
it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, even DSP can make them, sound good. 100%. Adding kicker key 200.4 and 5. I mean, I would do a DSP before I pulled out all my speakers. I mean, to me, it's kind of like yes. All right, adding the kicker T 200.4, 500.1 to the Tacoma. I'm pulling inputs from front speakers or both for both amps. Correct. Rear doors will run off factory radio head unit. Would this be correct? Inputs for both? Yes, actually, that would be a great way to do it. So, I think we did a video on an F-150 recently, like one of the full video installs has an F-150 with a full key system, just like you described, where we did a 200.4 on the fronts and a 500.1 for the sub. So you're going to run your front two speaker wires into both amplifiers. That's it. That's all you got to do. So you're essentially going to wire them off front left and right to the key, front left and right to the 200.4. That's it. The DC offset will work on both. You're good to go. Yeah. What happened to What happened to Angel?
Nothing. You say hi to everyone.
Oh, why did I get singled out? Oh, because you're at it. You're special. People love you. They want to single you out. What would be the best way to deal with door chime on a 2023 Chevy Blazer when upgrading to an audio control D1500? Do you just tune that frequency down with a DSP? Yes. Yeah. So it's only on the driver's side. You're just going to grab that one frequency. You're going to turn it down a little bit. It's not going to affect the way the sound. It's not going to affect anything. But yeah, that's what you're going to do. You're just going to grab it. Now, so what gets even better is if you have with the new software, the D5 with the new software, if you're using the parametric EQ, you can create what would essentially be a notch filter where you're going to take the Q and you're going to make it extremely narrow. So the two red dots, you're going to take and bring them as close as you can, and then you're going to grab that one frequency and you're just going to lower it down until it's not crazy. Now the other option would be
look at that
25. Oh, thanks, Chris. Oh, Mr. Museway himself, Chris Bennett. How you doing, buddy? So the other option is if you got that buddy that works at the Chevy dealership, that's actually something they can go and turn down. Like, it's a programmable thing that they can go in and turn it down. Nobody has a buddy at Chevy.
Did they exist?
I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think all Chevy guys just go to a box and never get outside of it. But
probably,
if you got that Chevy guy that's a friend of yours, he can actually go in and program that down. No one ever
does.
And
let me know so I can send a friend request.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, it's crazy.
No kidding. Oh, hey, thank you so much.
Oh, man. You're the man.
Thank you. I got another one over here.
Hi, Dean and Fernando. In a 2011 Camaro, would you happen to know the color of the reverse wire and where it's located under the dash to attach back of my Kenwood? Well, it's a 2011 Camaro. It's in the harness that you bought for the car. So you had to use one of two kits. You either used a iData kit or you used a pack kit. That's it. Those are the only two choices for that Camaro. So put a Kenwood in the dash. And if you did that, there's going to be a purple white wire off of either one of those harnesses, either the pack or the iData are going to have a purple white wire.
Says right there.
And there's going to be a purple white wire in the back of the Kenwood and a purple white wire coming out of one of those two smart harnesses. If you attach those two together, that's going to be your trigger. Now, it may already be connected. Like when we install one of those, even if you're not getting a backup camera, we connect the purple white to purple white because I don't want to have to go back in there. You might just have to go in the menu and turn it on. So, but yeah. Wow, look at Bennett. Bennett's got nothing to do tonight.
Purple white.
He's over there like throwing out purple white and stuff. He's throwing out the frequency.
All right, so let me tell you right there. Purple white.
Yeah.
So check that purple white.
I got an email from him tonight. I feel like
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
All right, so I had this one before I.
Hey, I got a base model 2014 F-150. It happens with a 2.4-inch screen and no factory amp. I think. Do y'all know where I can buy the Access FD2? I have scoured the show for reliable. What do we need that for?
What do we need?
Why do we need that? Why do we need an FD2? Don't get me wrong, I'm all for Access. But are we just looking for the harness for that? Okay, so there's two things you can do with a 2014 F-150. If all you want is a harness to go into it, it's the iData DFO2. So that's an iData DFO2. Now, even that small 4.2-inch screen, if you'd like to reflash that small 4.2-inch screen to be a 4-volt full frequency output, all you have to buy is a DFO2 and also the AR module from iData. Plug it in, flash it, plug it in, software on, got to plug it in, download the software, but you can reflash that radio to be a 4-volt preamp, 20 to 20 full bandwidth output, variable voltage head unit, just like you can, it's pretty awesome. So it doesn't matter whether it's 4.2, the 5, the 7, the big whatever. You can still do that on all of those. But if you're just looking for the harness, it's the DFO2 from iData.
All right, and this is another
question. I'm looking to add an amp to my DMX 707S, a 2017 Chevy Traverse with Maestro R Yacht GM5. I will be using low-level RCA to T-Spec. Where do I tie into speaker connections? Okay, so it just depends on whether it's Bose or non-Bose. So if it's a Bose system, you got to go to the Bose amplifier and get the speaker wires there, or you got to run new speaker wires. It's way easier to go to the Bose amplifier and attach stuff there. PAC does make a harness to plug into that to get. It's just to get wires. It's not color coded correctly, but on the Bose system, PAC does make their APGM whatever harness that allow you to plug in. Then you just can pop and figure out the color codes there. If it is a non-Bose system, you're just going to pull the radio out of the dash, and the speaker wires for the radio, the gray, green, purple, white speaker wires, pairs, are going to plug into the factory, harness. That's where you get your speaker wires from. There's 8 wires there, and they're going to go off to the speakers in the car. So 2 problems, 2 solutions. You guys have any recommendations for CA glue? Mobile Solutions, mobilesolutionsusa.com. You can get great CA glue from there. You can also pick up a wire ruler. Remember the wire ruler? We still make those. We still make a bunch of those. But yeah, so if you want to have awesome clean wire, you should pick yourself up a wire ruler. That guy right there.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm way ahead of you. Got it.
All right.
You should also pick up some of the red tape. Everyone, non-Bose.
Red tape?
All right, so it's a non-Bose. Wiring is in the dash behind the radio. White, gray, green, purple. White, driver's front. Gray, passenger front. Green, driver's rear. Purple, passenger rear. Solids are positive. Stripes are negative. Run your amplifier directly into that. 901.5. Exelon. Great amp 5-channel if you're trying to do that. Why are you bored? What are you bored about? Doing the best I can here. I'm excited to see you all. Less than 2 weeks to see y'all in person. I'm excited to see you too, Chris. Not bringing lobby races back to Knowledge Fest. Dude, man, we're at the Paris, bro. We're all just going to get lost. how long did it take me to find you last time we were there? It's like it's like you left because you went back with Matthew.
Yes.
And then I'm just standing there with my, just like, I felt like the lost kid in the corner, not knowing.
And then I was drinking a lot, so I'm like, I'm out, man. I
Stone out of my mind drinking.
Yes.
Anyways, and then out of nowhere, like a mirage, Bennett just walks around the corner, wearing his little hat and he's got his hands in his jacket. He's like, hey, man, what's going on? Where's everybody at? And I'm like, hey, finally, somebody I know, Yeah, I know. Well, we couldn't find you, if you remember, Ada. Like, I couldn't find you. It was you, McNulty, Brian, James, and we're by the pole. Where the frick is the pole?
The hell pole.
It's at the piano bar. Piano bar was cool. Just remember, go to the piano bar and turn right. That's where we're going to be. Good evening, guys. I have a 2004 Dodge Durango. I installed 4 JBL Stadium 6x9 high-res speakers, a Pioneer amplifier, Kenwood double din, playback high-res audio through AV inputs using... The AV input is not going to give you high-res output. So, like, the AV input isn't going to support high-res. It's not going to work. The high-res is only going to come over the USB. So it doesn't have a digital input. So, like, you can't use, like, a cool portable guy and headphone jack in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it just doesn't have the bandwidth. So if you're trying to play high-res into that, it's only through the USB. That's it. So you can play high-res files on like a thumb drive. Keep it small. I don't know. Like I've had to repeat this like a dozen times this week. People coming in like, I got a terabyte hard drive. It takes me like an hour. Dude, it's made for 16 gigs. I know that's not a lot of music, but those thumb drives, that's really what a radio is made to handle. I mean, they'll read NTFS, but they just don't do a good job of it. So, anyways, point is, if you're trying to play high-res files, it's only through the USB. So,
yeah.
Thank you, Fang.
All right. So,
went back to the piano bar. Hi, Dean.
Hi, Dean.
I have a Camry 2023, but I want a system with a 24-bit 192 high-res. Is there any head unit recommendations for that? Factory head unit. I'm trying to get a Helix DSP Ultra, but I cannot cause none of them premium system. No, there is no head units for that car. I don't think. Plus, there are no head units.
I don't think you can put a
that do 24 192.
It's not the Sony
24 190. I don't even know if the Sony, the 9000 or whatever it is.
The 95,000.
Yeah, 95. I don't know. I mean, the Sony be the only, but I don't think they make a dash kit for that car. 2023 Camry. I don't think they have anything for that car yet. Yeah, you're just gonna go to Crutchfield.
I'm just gonna
hope for the best.
It's easy.
Specifications. Go back up. You gotta click on details.
I mean, they have it over here.
Yeah, but it's like I don't think it's gonna have any of that stuff.
They normally have it.
They normally don't have
high res.
No, it just says high res. I don't think it. I think you got to go into the owner's manual and like the last page of the owner's manual where it says specifications.
I mean, Ada is it's a Sony guy.
Use the streamer.
Use the streamer. What do you mean?
Yeah. Get the GS9. It can play native DSD. Yes, it can. But the
all right.
The
so it's a 24-bit 92
ESDAC.
The Sony, yep. Utilize the premium 24-bit 192.
Okay, so the Sony will do it, but now you have a dash kit. So why don't you shoot over to Metra?
Oh my God! Man.
I mean, if you're gonna go down this rabbit hole,
Jesus, I don't think they make it.
I know they don't.
Nope.
Yeah, they don't have nothing. Go to 2022. See what they got for 2022.
Honda?
No, it's a Toyota, dude.
Oh
it's
my
Toyota
gosh!
Camry. Like, come on, man. Like, play along. Camry. It's right there. CAM. Yep.
C.
It's an XES XSE.
Camry X. Okay.
Wow, that actually
get parts. And nothing.
No dash kit. See, there you go. So that's it.
Like you can.
Yeah. But okay, so you can do a Helix DSP, and like you said, do the streamer. Just stream directly into the Helix DSP. Yeah. Get a conductor.
For sure.
Run both. Run the factory radio into it so that you still get FM and fun stuff like that. And then use the streaming the high-res streamer, or plug in. You can plug in also. You can actually USB plug in. And then use the conductor to control the two that you want and have the master volume control. So, I mean, you could do it. It's just how integrated you won't be able to use the streaming controls. You got to actually use a knob. Oh, a knob. But yeah, you can still do it with a Helix. You're just going to have to
buy the
the
streamer.
Hold on. Do you use 12 or 24 dB slopes for subs? Depends. A lot of times I use 12 just because I know people want bass. People want big fat bass. So a fat bass.
I like his name. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Fat bass to me is more important.
Yeah.
So because that's what, that's why people are buying subs. So I will typically do 12 dB.
There you go.
Dean, what DSP makes the most sense for Honda 8-channel premium? DMA10 or maybe an Audison bit? One to clean up. Okay. So I'm going to tell you the new bit 8.14. That's pretty badass. It's a pretty badass piece of equipment. Yeah, I could see doing that in a Honda.
Yeah.
So, because remember in a Honda, I'd also look at like so in a Honda, here's the active channels you have. You have center, you have 4 front, so you have 2 tweeters, 2 mids, and then you have 4 rear, 2 tweeters, 2 mids. So there's 8, 9 plus 10 channels of DSP. Okay, so if you want to go full crazy, you need 10 channels of DSP. Reality is you need 6 because you need the center channel, the 2 front tweeters, 2 front mids, and subs. So that's those are the ones, everything else you can create. So if you do the 8 to 14 or whatever, 8 to 12 or whatever it is, the new Forza from Audison, it has, as we know, it has a bitching de-equalization circuit. That's really nice. And not to say that others don't. The Audio-Tech Fisher does too. It doesn't have all the features that the Audison has, I don't think, because I don't think you can do summing and visually see it on the RTA. I'd have to. I don't know for sure. I haven't. I've seen it on the Audison, so I know it will do it. Where I can take, these 2 channels and sum them together and see what it looks like, and do adjustments. So I can do these 2 channels, sum them together, and see what it looks like. So there's a lot of capability that the Audison has. It's like freaking out of this world. But yeah, the 8 to 14 would be cool.
Perfect.
Okay. But if you're trying to do it affordably, then you could still do the Alpine, the PXE08550X. It's still the minimum that we would go with.
Those things
but a DMA10 would work too. But yeah, DMA10 would work now too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I still like that. Audison was fun. Do you know of any devices that will add DC offset to a signal without it? I need to turn on a factory amplifier. So no, because you can't. All right, wait a minute. Do you know of a device that will add DC offset to a signal? No, because the signal is what's turning on the DC offset. So you have to have something that has that. Now, in lieu of that, like I don't have DC offset. What do? PAC makes the Ignition 3. All right, ING3 is what it's called, ING3. How the ING3 works is it works off of voltage sensing, meaning if your car is off, it's resting at 12 volts, it's off. Doesn't work. As soon as you start the car and the alternator turns on, it turns on. So what it's using is the old current sensing that they had in alarms forever and ever and ever that would do remote start. So like you'd hit remote start, it'd see the alternator put out power and it'd stop the crank. So they're using that circuit to create an ignition, which is pretty cool. So it's the ING3 is what we use when we can't find something and we're like, there's no accessory, there's no nothing. We're going to use this. I'll put out 12 volts. One of the things it does do is if you have stop start, it has a 10-second delay when you turn it off that it'll stay on for 10 seconds. And that's adjustable to 10 and 30 seconds, I believe, or 3 minutes, 10 seconds and 3 minutes. It's a lot. But yes, when you turn the car off, it does stay on for 10 seconds before it shuts off. That can either be good or bad depending on how you look at it. But the ING3.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the 5th gen 1500 RAM, do you have to bypass the ANC module to install a subwoofer? Does the Epicenter Micro come with the lower PFM module that the Concert series? Okay, so 2 questions here. We'll answer in reverse. Epicenter Micro, you could turn off the PFM. It just has a switch. You turn it off, it's over. So you don't have to worry about the PFM if you don't want to. So you can just turn it off, out of the way. And yes, you do have to bypass the ANC module to install a subwoofer in the RAM. If you're trying to install a subwoofer in a RAM and you want to make your life easy, I strongly suggest you get a amp or a Sub Pro from Amp. So the Pack Sub Pro for the RAM. It is going to come with the bypass for the ANC in the box already. It's like they sell it. It comes with it because you have to have it. And it's also going to give you a full frequency output with no bass roll off and no high pass filter on that RAM. From the factory, it has both. It sucks. So the signal is not great. So if you have tons of power, you're okay. But if you don't, it's not fun. But the Pack Sub Pro it comes with the ANC bypass, and it comes with the harness to integrate into the factory stereo, the smart harness with the brain and all that fun stuff.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
It moves so quick.
It moves so quick. Hi, guys. Sorry I'm late. Just woke up from a nap. Oh, hard night last night. My Cowboys let me down.
Wow. Right on time.
I hold on. I think I know who this is. Let's see what it is. Hold on. Let's just do it live. Hello.
Hello. This is NSD on behalf of the Home Depot.
Oh.
Calling for Dean Bayet. We are calling to inform you that your order 120947666 will be delivered tomorrow on 1/24/2023. You do not need to be present for the delivery, and the product will be left in the closest dry area outside your home.
It's so nice. There we go.
You also receive a call from the driver 30 minutes before arrival.
Didn't get that
Press
last
1
time.
to speak to a live agent or contact us at 1.
Okay. So anyways, sorry about that. They're telling me that our toolboxes are coming.
I won $6 on the 49ers. Hey, man, that was a great game. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
What's up?
What's up?
All right, guys. Hey, listen, believe it or not, that takes us to the end of the show.
Yeah, before you go. Thank you, Carlos, for
thank
the
you.
2.
06, like 430. What was your run?
So he has $3K.
$3,000?
$3,000 to spend.
Lexus GS 430. I would do a really nice set of components up front.
Forget about the rears.
Forget about the rears.
Yeah.
I'd add a 5-channel DSP amp.
Yeah.
Because that's going to have a component set up front. So I'm going to do a 5-channel amp of some kind. So I can do the 2 front tweeters, the 2 front mids, and a subwoofer with DSP.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm looking to do.
And that's going to be push it.
And that would be if you're installing it yourself, you could probably get it into that for sure. But if you're not, like if you're trying to have somebody else do it, I mean, you could do straight power in that car if you wanted to. Like you could just do a 5-channel amp and some nice components, and it would be loud. But I don't know.
Look at you, man.
I won $250.
Wow.
I didn't even watch the games. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I have no idea.
How can you not watch?
I was at
Playoffs,
Epcot. I was
man.
at Epcot.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me ask. This is your question here. Let me get Clay's question out of the way because you can answer one tonight. When doing sound deadening and fast rings, do you still install the foam on the inside of the door? If so, do you stick it on top of the sound deadening material? Fernando, say you.
I don't know. What are we talking about?
Dude, I just read you the question. When doing
What foam?
fast rings?
Oh, yes.
Dude,
Yes.
I even read it to you.
Yes.
Like, read it yourself next time.
No, I'm just.
So no, you're done. You weren't.
No, yes, you put the foam on the door. Yeah, inside, outside, everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
You good?
Yeah.
Just clean it off. Make sure it's gotten out sticky crap.
Well, I mean, you just put sound deadening.
Yeah,
so
clean
it's
off
gonna
the
be
sound deadening. I don't know. It might have blood all over it.
Why? Well, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
but
you never know.
The only thing probably what you have to check is the fast rank, the first one that you're gonna put. If the window is not gonna hit, so normally what I do is roll the window halfway and see if you might block. It's not gonna hit the window, and if it does, I mean you cut it, and you're good.
Can you? You have the websites pulled up?
Yes, I do.
You do? You
I
sure?
do, of
Really?
course.
Wow. Okay, let's go over to Fernando's computer real quick. Hey guys, if you're interested in picking up some cool tools, make sure to head over to DNF Tool Drawer at dnftooldrower.com. And I know I've been saying I'm going to put up another page that has like the new crimpers and stuff like that we have. I started working on that last night. It's almost done, so it'll definitely be up this week. So for those of you guys interested in what those new Ferro 4-gauge crimpers that we have, it's almost done. It'll be up this week, I promise. That is DNF. Oh, wrong laptop. That's DNF Tool Drawer at dnftooldrower.com. So if you'd like to pick up the IRTA2 and all that fun stuff, that's where you go. That's it right there. It is now, we know it works with the new USB-C. DNF Swag is the place you can go. Pick up any of the cool t-shirts here. If you want to be that guy that buys the I Know Jeff Smith shirt and then runs into him in an airport in person, runs across the airport and goes, oh my God, I have that same t-shirt. Can I get a picture with you? Not knowing if he actually, because Jeff was wearing the same shirt, not knowing if he knew that was Jeff or not. This really happened. So they just wanted to take the shirt. We got matching shirts. I don't know if he actually knew that was Jeff Smith. I mean, who would know, right?
Yes.
I know. It's kind of strange. But hey, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. What? You good?
Yeah.
You good? All right. Hey, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, make sure you follow us on Instagram. We do a lot of fun stuff there. Like, for example, we were just there before we went live tonight. So some of you guys got the pre-show. And then, of course, Friday morning at 9 o'clock is the news. High Five Vega and I will be back Thursday. So unless he calls me again and cancels.
Again?
It happens. So definitely tune in over on the High Five Vega channel Thursday at whatever time we do that. And then, of course, Saturday we'll be back doing this again, having all kinds of fun. I'm excited. It's almost time. It's almost Knowledge Fest is right around the corner. We're going to be in Vegas, baby. We're going to go bug Baba.
We're going to, yes.
Be like Jeff will be in there trying to tune him. Be like, you're getting it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Banging on the windows and stuff. And then if you're going to, that's what us. We'll be doing Knowledge Fest, Modern Wire Techniques, Sunday on the floor. So make sure you can find us there. And if you're just in Vegas and you want to find us, we'll be at the Paris. Just look for the piano bar.
Good luck finding us.
Just text. Just I'm sure your
just
Facebook.
Text?
Just
do you give the number to everyone?
Us. Yeah. Just text us. You guys have a great night as always, and we'll see you later next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.